Hey, Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today on Frontline, we're continuing our coverage on the all new, all different Marvel Now titles. And this time around, I'm going to be talking about Star-Lord issue number 1. That's right, guys. Now, I was kind of hesitant on what was going on here when it came to Star-Lord and working for like NASA or whatever the case may be here. But I decided to give it a try because I do like the character and I wanted to see what the story was about. Now, this book is written by Sam Humphries and the artwork is done by Javier Garron. I think that the artwork is very well done in here. We get to see a younger Peter Quill in this issue, and we get to see, some light action scenes maybe before he was that galactic hero that we all know and love. And you get to see good colors. There's good attention to detail in here. I do like the book, and I think like when you get to see the spaceships and everything in here, I think it's drawn well, and yeah, I liked it visually. So. Here's the best page though, where he's kind of panicking in this pod. So I think the facial expression here was epic. Really well done. So what was the story about? Let's recap it a little bit and give you my final thoughts on this issue. So the first thing you wind up finding out is if you guys remember reading Guardians of the Galaxy, I think it was issue number 0 or issue number 1. We got the little bit of that backstory about what happened to Peter Quill's mom, and so they kind of flashed back to that exact scene, and we find out that Peter Quill in the comics is left all by himself. The aliens take off or whatnot. And so what happens in this book, you got to think that Peter Quill is maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8, maybe a little bit older. And so you got to look at here 8 years later. I guess maybe he is older than that. I don't know. But it's 8 years later into the future. It's obviously on Earth. And we find out that he has been obsessed with space, and you think that something so dramatic that happens in his life where his mom got killed by aliens, it would turn him off. It completely attracted into him, and he wants to be an astronaut. He wants to explore space. So we find out that he's studying hard. He's trying to prepare himself, and he's taking these classes in these artificial like ships and whatnot. And really, what he is in real life is he's a mechanic for this special spaceship that they're trying to get its hyperdrive technology to work. It's this Kree spaceship. They're trying to find out how the hyperdrive works on it so they could get this ship up and running to explore space. And that's what they were trying to figure out. It's called the Asterion 1. So we have all these top-notch pilots that are flying throughout trying to experiment with the ship, trying to unlock this hyperdrive, and no one is successful. But Peter is very smart, and he has a way to unlock that technology. But no one takes him serious, and Peter gets so frustrated with the astronauts that no one listens to him. He gets into some hot water here, and he actually punches out one of the actual astronauts here. So the lady that took him in and gave him the job kind of sits there and says, "Hey, you know what? You kind of don't have a job here." So you wind up seeing Peter Quill get, frustrated, and he kind of winds up taking the ship out for a little spin to prove everyone that his theory is actually correct, which I thought was really neat. And you get to see a lot of action scenes when it comes to them chasing him down and then unlocking that technology. And they couldn't believe that Peter did that here. Now, the ship again that he took was this Kree ship, and at the end of it all, you'll wind up finding out that the ship just unexpectedly shuts down, and Peter doesn't know what to do. So that's the type of cliffhanger that you're left with. So the cliffhanger was kind of, I wasn't sure. I was like, what's a weird cliffhanger? Um, but nevertheless, it was a good story. I like seeing Peter kind of have something to prove to these people, that he wasn't just a person to push to the side, that he's just a mechanic. And I really love that about the character. This book almost had a little bit of a cosmic feel like Nova in it, where it was a little bit in Earth, but yet at the end it went to space. So it had that good balance there. I thought the artwork was good, and I definitely think that this is a book worth buying on issue number 2 to see further adventures of young Peter Quill. That's what we get here before he became that cosmic character that we all know and love. So I'm definitely going to see what issue 2 has to offer, and hopefully it stays strong and it continues Peter Quill's character development and seeing the type of character that he is before he became, everyone that we know. So after reading this book, I'm going to give this one a 4.25 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'll be picking up issue number 2. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of Star-Lord issue number 1. And guys, as always, until that next comic book review, you can check out my own individual channel, Comic Book Corner 2.0, for more of this week's comic reviews. You can check out our Comic Frontline live shows right here on YouTube every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can listen to us anytime you want to on iTunes completely for free, or you can find us on comicpodcast.com where you can listen to us there as well. So guys, there's many ways to check out Comic Frontline. So until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.